All right, y'all can get started.
Well, that was a rather disappointing day, to be honest with you. Our only hiccup really all year in a midweek game. And I didn't really expect that to happen. I thought our kids, knew how to kind of prepare themselves and be ready to go. And I think the way the weather was the last couple of days, I just think they didn't really believe we were truly going to play today. And weather was atrocious last night. We had flooding. And the weather was predicted to be bad all day today. And no matter how many times you tell them, you've got to get yourself mentally ready and focused and believe we're going to play, and don't believe what the people tell you about the weather, that we've got the tarp on the field and so forth. It's sometimes it's hard to get yourself mentally ready. And you could just really tell that our guys were just not focused on the game today. We made so many mental mistakes. We just weren't into it. And we fell behind in the game, and then we started to press a little bit, and we hit a couple balls hard right at people. It just happens in this sport. And it was just one of those bad games. We haven't had a game like that in a long time this season. And certainly we haven't had one in the middle of the week all year. And obviously it was disappointing, the last midweek game of the year, the last home game of the year, to have a game like that. But give credit to Northwestern State. They played much more inspired than we did tonight, and they deserve to win.
Hey, Coach. I guess just kind of considering, you kind of mentioned it there at the end, but the timing of this loss in the midweek, when you guys are fighting for so much here at the end of the season, I guess kind of how disappointing was that to kind of have that kind of a performance out there with so much at stake?
I don't know how much 18 to 22-year-olds pay attention to that kind of stuff, to be honest with you, Glenn. I think as coaches and members of the media and fans, probably we pay attention to it a lot more than 18 to 22-year-olds. So I don't know that they're going to try any harder or any less based on what's at stake. I've been in this business a long time, and they have a lot of things going on in their lives that, trying to figure out what a game means is probably a little bit low on their priority list, is what I'm saying. So for you and me and the people that follow LSU baseball, we're pretty disappointed about it. But and I'm not saying that they didn't try. The kids didn't try. They probably thought they were ready. They got here early, and they were in the batting cages, and they were put their uniforms on and went out there and probably felt that they were ready to play. But you could just tell, just some of the little things that I notice as a coach, maybe, media members don't or fans don't, but, we just, it's my job to get the team ready. It's nobody's fault but my own, and we just weren't ready to go today. And it was one of those things, and we just got beat. We got beat by a team that was just more focused and more ready to play than we were.
How do you guys bounce back from here? Obviously, you got a quick turnaround with the series starting on Thursday.
Well, we've done it all year. It's one thing. I should have told the kids we lost on Sunday, because then I'm sure they would have been more ready to play today. We've always seemed to play better when we come off of disappointments. I think after the playing so well on Sunday against Alabama, maybe they just kind of felt that the game would be an easy win for them. And when you don't, I'm not saying we didn't respect our opponent. I couldn't speak to that at all, that the kids felt that way. I certainly respected our opponent. They beat us the last time we played them, and we played them in the regional a couple of years ago and had to have a 9th inning rally to win that game. I have all the respect in the world for Northwestern State, but when youngsters play a game so well like they did on Sunday, they kind of lose their edge a little bit. And that's what it appeared to me today, that maybe they just lost a little edge, and I'm sure they'll get the edge back now as we go to College Station.
Coach, you said you need y'all needed this game to be played in order for your young pitchers to get some work going to the postseason. How do you kind of assess your bullpen today?
Well, there was some good and some not so good. I'm not going to single out guys one way or the other, but there was guys that stepped up and did a good job, and there were some other guys that were a little bit disappointing. And been nice if we would have thrown some zeros up there on the scoreboard, but it didn't happen. We fell behind because we weren't hitting well, and just tough performance all the way around by our entire team.
Any more questions for Coach? Thank y'all. Y'all can start with questions for Will.
Will, David from Rivals, was this team ready or believed that this game was going to be played today?
I'm not too sure about that. With all the rain last night and the threat of rain today throughout the day, I don't know if we were completely ready to go out there and win that game. We didn't start out too hot, and the bats didn't get rolling until late, and I think that's part of not being ready to play. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I want to follow up on that real quick. I don't know how any other way to ask this, but why wasn't this team believing that this game would be played? Like, I don't understand that.
And that's a tough question to answer. I can only speak for myself, and I'm not sure how to answer that question, to be honest with you. It's a tough question.
What did Elkins do against you guys, with the homer, and then he had the RBI single back up the middle? What did he do in the lineup to really hurt you guys in this game?
Yeah, he hit that solo shot in the second inning. That gave him one, and then once you give them one, it's and they get the lead, and we can't come back with the bats. It makes it harder to get guys out, definitely. But he was a good player, and he did well in the box up there, and I think he was a crucial part in having that RBI and that solo home run.
And then where do you guys do to bounce back from here? Obviously, you got a quick turnaround to play in Troy, or not Troy, excuse me, playing Texas A&M this weekend.
Right. Definitely a quick turnaround. We leave tomorrow. So, it's, there's no room to think about it too much. You got to flush it right now and get ready to play Thursday against a really good Texas A&M, team. It's an SEC team, so it's going to be a great matchup.
Hey, well, I guess just, considering everything that's, at stake now for you guys, just, I guess, how disappointing was it to come out and have a game like this? And then just how much more of a sense of urgency you guys need to have this weekend to really close out the season strong?
Right. A loss like this kind of definitely hurts the pride a little bit of the team. But, knowing these guys and knowing them really well, I think it's going to light a fire under us in some way. That might sound a little weird, but I think it's going to light a fire and give us this little spark at the end of the season, and we can go a long way.
Any more questions? Thank y'all. All right, y'all can start with questions for Dylan.
Dylan, the general comments from Coach Mainieri and Will have just been that y'all weren't focused today. Did you get that sense from yourself and the rest of the team that y'all just didn't quite have it locked in today?
Yeah, probably weren't focused today at all. We really didn't even know if we were going to play today, but coming into the game, we were ready. We were ready to come into the game. We just couldn't put anything together throughout the whole game. But I think the focus level wasn't there, like you said.
Yeah, and I guess now the obvious next question is just what do you guys have to do to kind of pick yourselves up here to finish the season strong and give yourselves as good a chance at a postseason bid as possible?
Really just got to put this aside and focus on Texas A&M coming up here in the next couple of days. But yeah, like I said, just put it aside. And I mean, we've been consistent through these midweek games this whole year. Just gotta, just one hiccup on the road, and gotta put this one aside and focus on A&M right now.
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing that Will just said was, a loss like this can kind of fire a team up, kind of give you guys a spark of, hey, we got to get it in gear here for the last, couple of games. I mean, did you get that sense in the locker room just now when you were talking with the other guys about just the sense of urgency you guys need to have these last couple of games?
Yeah, I definitely think this will pick us up, for this series this weekend. We obviously have to win this weekend series, and I think this is kind of like a spark to for this future in this series against A&M this weekend. So, I'm looking forward to it, and it should be a good weekend.
Just what would you say about, Northwestern State's pitchers? They obviously limited y'all to 3 runs and 5 hits. Was there any sort of common thing that they were doing to get you guys out?
Not really. Just the focus level wasn't there. That was it. I mean, none of those pitchers really could have beat us any day of the week. Just like I said, the focus level wasn't there, and couldn't string anything together throughout the whole game.
Do you think guys are maybe looking ahead to that Texas A&M series, or maybe riding high from the series winning against Bama? You think any of those two things played a part in today's performance?
We probably could have, yeah, could have been. I mean, the focus level was there. It just, I mean, we've been consistent throughout this whole year through these midweek games. We probably thought we had this one in the bag, and we were kind of just looking past to the series against A&M. But yeah, so.
Any more questions for Dylan? Thank y'all.